So folks, just doing some final touches, trying to make sure I'm doing everything to make the chat work on screen. Yep, going in just a minute. Again, it's just Rumble that's lagging behind for me. Seems to be working. It's weird because it's saying there's no live video found for it, except there definitely is. I've got Rumble chat open on the corner anyway, so I mean I'm not going to miss anything. Everything else seems to be working perfectly, which is good. Cool. Let me just make post, and then we'll jump in, because this has been one I've been excited about for quite a while, to be honest. Posted. Cool. So, Voyager my way. Yeah. Well, this is, yeah. You know as well, because I've put you onto Voyager, but this is I don't know how the game's gonna play. I don't know kind of really what to expect. Know the story. I just don't know how that's gonna translate into the game. But I'll be honest, the Voyager game is something I've been wanting for the longest time. So we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, I think without further ado, I think we should probably just jump straight in. Cool, I'm going to try and do it all in a kind of a one shot. Oh, hello Twiggy, how you doing, mate? Yeah, it's like I say, I saw a couple of clips of the video that you put up on YouTube, and I had to. I thought this is the time. So yeah, I think, say without further ado, we'll just jump straight in and see how it goes. First 12 sectors. Oh, first of 12 sectors, I was going to say then. Right. The terrorist apprehended and brought to trial. Chief of Security is undercover aboard that ship, and I haven't received any communication from him from over a week. The Badlands are treacherous, I can only hope he is safe. In the meanwhile, I have a starship to prepare for launch and a crew to assemble. Our final two crew members have just arrived, Ensign Hurricane and Tom Paris. Oh. Right, gentlemen, welcome to Voyager. I don't know why, but I thought it would be, thought we'd have some voiceover at least. Apparently not. Not the end of the world. Hoping it generates action. I was just... Snap. I was just gonna say that. Yeah, I was gonna say it's, it would add to it. And they would absolutely be willing to do it as well. I know they would. Cool. Ensign Kim, you're fresh out of the academy, ready for your first deep space assignment. Point of duty, Captain. It's an honour to be here. I hope I live up to your expectations. That's fair. He was very green in the beginning. Just sure. You already met Tom Paris. Paris, our esteemed observer. Former Marquis pilot who will help us search the Badlands for the Marquis vessel. All due respect, my observer is hardly a title befitting my talents. The best damn pilot in the sector, call me a pilot extraordinaire. Also at this point, criminal. This is like a recap of season 1, but absolutely. And I'm fully here for it because I've recently rewatched Voyager as well. I think, well, I've just been rewatching Voyager. I'm up to season 4 now. So yeah, it's like my childhood all over again. The Marquis, wow, I've heard a lot of stories about them. Relax, I was at the Marquis for only a few weeks before I was captured and sent to a lovely little penal colony in New Zealand. Yeah, he wasn't that good of a Marquis pilot, to be honest. Pilot, possibly quite good, but Marquis member, just pretty bad. The penal colony? Enough chatter, gentlemen. All hands, this is the captain. Report to your stations. Helm takes to the Badlands maximum warp. Here we go. Ooh. Who's seen my previous streams, and I know you'll know this from playing it himself, the Badlands, as seen in Star Trek Online as well. Go ahead, we'll read this. The Badlands, a treacherous region of space where violent plasma storms can cripple even the most advanced starships. Captain Janeway observes the swirling chaos from the view screen, a subtle smile playing on her lips. She's ready for the challenge. Okay. It's very narrative, I quite like it. So far. Barely started, but it's Voyager. Like I was gonna dislike it. Scanner's picking up no other vessels on the system, Captain. It's your time to shine, Mr. Paris. Any idea where your former colleagues might be hiding? I wasn't exactly Marquis of the Year, Captain, but they did prefer underground bases, remote planets, and... Captain, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm reading coherent Tetrion beam scanning us, and a displacement wave heading towards us. Here we go. A colossal wave of turbulent energy surges towards Voyager, its power dwarfing anything the crew has ever seen. With no time to analyse the threat, emergency measures are initiated. I like that graphic. That red alert graphic's pretty cool. Red alert. Helm, evasive maneuvers. No effect. The wave will intercept us in 5 seconds. I mean... yeah, I feel like evasive measures is something she felt like she had to say, but we all saw the size of that wave. No real evading it. Brace for impact. Aftermath. As the crew regains consciousness, they find their bridge in total devastation. Twisted metal, sparking consoles, and injured crewmates paint a grim picture. What just happened? Damage report. Major hull and deck damage, transporters are offline, and we're receiving casualty reports. Bridge to sickbay. Doctor, I've got injured crew on the bridge. Doctor? Damn. Captain, we're losing systems across multiple decks. The deuterium tanks are empty. Warp core's gone to grey mode. We're on reserves. Barely. Mr. Paris, take the helm. Scan for nearest source of deuterium. External sensors are offline. Stealth cartography must be down. Voyager's blind, Captain. Ooh. Should be an interesting layout. Gateway to engineering, we need stealth cartography back online now. How do we do that? Select the question mark icon. Rude motorbike driver. Don't know if you heard that. Visit tutorial screen. That's fine. D-pad. Better D-pad 2 times. Activate autography. Activate to open the menu. Open up its menu by selecting the room and switching power supply. Right, cool. This is that one, and we do switch on. Cool. Captain senses picking up something out there, but what Harry is trying to stammer is... Wait, what? What Harry is trying to stammer is we're not in the Badlands anymore. That's fair. Ooh, the caretaker. I mean, what? What is that thing? Where are we? If our sensors are working, we've jumped over 70,000 light years to the Delta Quadrant. The Delta Quadrant? How, Captain, if life support systems are failing? This array will have to wait. Mr. Paris, take the helm, find us deuterium source. Okay, so we're going to scan some planets. Points of interest. Maybe even not some planets, but we'll see. Right. Just scan. Can we scan everything? Is there any one that we're specifically supposed to scan? Until one with deuterium is revealed. Okay, cool. So we'll just... Yeah, we'll do closest outwards, I suppose. Oh, meant to hold that, that's fine. Cool, now we can get deuterium. Navigate your ship by travelling various locations while travelling time passes in the form of cycles. Okay. Bloody hell. Okay. I feel like I'm reading this because I feel like I'm probably going to need to know this. G-Pan Pluto are not a planet, not good enough to be scanned. Yeah, well, I mean, we are light years, thousands of light years from Pluto, so, but, yeah. Although, to be fair, I don't know if you've seen, but like we actually had a probe go like past or around Pluto, but we got like full pictures of it. It's not quite as empty as we thought. It's quite interesting. I'll put them in my Discord because they're really cool. Anyway, slightly sidetracked then. When visiting points of interest, you can choose between different approaches. The risks. Different colours, chance bar, represent possible outcomes. Dark green, excellent, okay. Higher rewards, such extra outcome, morale increase. Wait, morale's a thing? Uh-oh. This could be problematic. Yellow, average outcomes, danger, red. Okay, that's, yeah. Captain, we found an abandoned ship adrift in space. It's powered down but structurally sound, with sealed storage compartments. That is what we want to hear. Leave storage alone and focus on salvaging from other parts of the ship. That is all we can do for now, which is fine. I'd be upset if we, you know, messed that up. Found a moderate amount of resources, Captain. We've got stuff. Cool stuff. I imagine deuterium. Captain, we can now deactivate grey mode. Captain, ready to increase warp core output. God, that looks exactly like the main engineering from the show as well. don't know if you can tell, I am in my element right now. Well, just don't act like bosses in real life. Jobs, places them. The morale should be PG. Yeah, I'm gonna try and keep things above board. I imagine the game is probably going to be a balance of keeping morale up and keeping the crew alive, which, you know, is very, very reticent of the actual show. Warp core output. Oh my goodness. Okay. Depending on the reactor level, you produce more energy, but more deuterium is required. Okay, increase the power output by selecting main engineering and switching. Okay. Okay. Energy levels are returning to normal, Captain. Alright. Good. Now what about this thing, this array? I can't tell, Captain, but our scanners detected a marquee vessel next to it. No response, Captain. Well, it was worth a shot. Scan for life signs. Scan for life signs. I don't know how or if, in what ways it's going to differ from the show's narrative. So if there's optional stuff that won't be a detriment, I'm probably going to try those narrative options just to explore a little bit. There's no one on board, Captain. Oh, scan the array. Several life forms aboard, Captain. Is one of them Vulcan? I'm not sure. Signals are weak. We just have to see for ourselves. I want the transport room repaired and ready. You don't have to tell me twice, I know you'd be excited. It's, yeah, I've been really excited about this. Before we carry on, just 1 second. In that chat window, it's supposed to show Twitch icon in the top right of the box as well, but it is not. It's fine. You're here, and I can tell. That's the main thing. Also, to be fair, next to each of your messages, I can tell it's on Twitch. So we're good. We'll have. Yeah, I just said that. Paris get us to a deuterium deposit. We'll need to repair the transporter room. Alrighty. Let's keep ourselves relatively close to the array. I should scan it first. Well, looks like deuterium to me. Abandoned ship. Yeah, same deal. Cool. I would have read it again, but it's the same. Yeah. Right, so if I do this, should we prioritize the holodeck? I think we should. We took some real damage, didn't we? Ruined room. That's all they're saying. Right. This is life support. to try and hide my my excitement there. Not that any of you would actually believe me anyway. So. Where's the transporter room? That's deflector control. Aha, transporter room. Missing resources. Should we have to get some more? Let's scan this thing first. No, I suppose we'll just go straight there then. We came across an abandoned mining station. The station is under lockdown and seems to be damaged. Doesn't look like deuterium, but... Oh, now we have all... Oh, okay. Duranium. What? Have I been saying deuterium when it's been saying duranium, or... Is it like... I don't know. I feel like I've not been reading this properly now. Cool. Oh, I've just jumped the gun, that's it, they're going to show me where it is. Engineering is standing by to repair the transport room, Captain. Cool. Oh, I needed to click on it, I was waiting for it something to happen. Transporters are back online. God, I love that ship. Mr. Paris set a course for the array. It's time we got some answers. Two cycles away. Kim and Mr. Paris, get ready for your first away mission. Okay, transport room. Away mission presents series of challenges. Heroes possess skills and traits. Select heroes with the matching skills for your away team. Alright. Yeah, we don't really have a choice here. We can put 2 in that, that's fine. They're quite... they're doing a good job of trying to match it to the actual actors. Away mission. Decide an approach. Select the hero to complete the challenge with the appropriate skill. If the skill is lower than the requirement, the success chance is displayed. Okay. Captain, we appear to have materialized in the middle of a cornfield. This place, it's eerily similar to Earth, but something's off. Any suggestions on what to do next? Right. Scan for life signs or stream. Okay. Okay, I think that's... Harry and Tom use their tricorders to scan for life signs and detect a strange energy spike emanating from a nearby area. Following the readings, they navigate through the corn and find a farm with people working the fields. An old man man sits on the porch of a nearby farmhouse, strumming a banjo. Banjo man! Banjo man. After a challenge, participating team members are fatigued and their skill values are reduced. Let them rest for the next challenge to recover and plan ahead accordingly. Right, so the skill values are decreased, but like only temporarily then, if I'm reading that correctly. Captain, this old man seems harmless enough. He might know what's going on here. How should we approach him? Demands to know what's going on. Give us the answers! Try to read his body language for any clues. Argue with facts that this can't be a farm on Earth and you want to know what's going on. From a stats point of view, that's probably the logical choice. Not the farmers, I know, right? The farmers. Yeah. Good grief. The overly happy people that somehow just turn evil with pitchforks. We might be getting ahead of ourselves, though. I want to select this one, but Harry is reduced in... I probably should have... Alright, we'll do this. Harry and Tom discreetly observe the old man trying to analyse his body language. Something feels off. Don't really know what that was. Something feels off, like he's putting on an act, but they can't quite put his finger on why. The old man seems perplexed by their presence, muttering about Harry and Tom being early and how it's not their turn yet. He invites them to stay on the farm and wait, offering them some fresh corn cobs. It's not really an offer, is it? Here, have a corn cob. I know you've just been, like, you found yourself on the other side of the galaxy, but have a corn cob. It'll make everything better. Okay. Way mission advanced. You can select more than one hero for a challenge if they possess the required skill. If the accumulated skill value is equal or higher than the number chance for critical success. Cool, okay. Makes sense. The old man isn't much help. We'll try to find the Marquis ourselves. There's a large barn behind the farmhouse. The tricorder readings are off the charts. There's definitely something strange about it, especially that back wall. Well, let's try. I think it let us know about that for a reason, so... Ooh. Try and find a way to break the illusion of the wall. And maybe keep an eye out for pitchforks as well. Hey, critical success. Harry and Tom tried to disrupt the energy field, causing a flicker in the air. But before they can break the illusion, people from the field burst in wielding farm tools as weapons. I knew it. It's almost like I've seen this before. The old man appears and reveals the barn is an illusion. The back wall dissolving to show bluish glowing room where unconscious people, including a tattooed man and a half Klingon woman, lie on surgical tables. I can't read. This is probably going to be an issue, but we'll do our best. I've just got a notification on my computer. Uno momento. great. It's a great platform. Love it. Specifically, the pop-out chat is weird. Like when you try and pop it out in a different window, because it just looks like without any chats in it, it just looks like a black window. Like there's nothing in it. So it's hard to tell if it works or not. Anyway, consequences. Uh-oh. Sometimes you have to make major decisions that influence how the story proceeds. These decisions are marked with a golden outline. Interesting. These people must be the missing Marquis. They're being held here, Captain. We must get them out of here. Wake up the tattooed man. Wake up the half-Klingon woman. So, we're going to go for Chakotay or Balana? I mean, we don't know their names yet, obviously. We can do either. We have enough points to do either. You know what? We're doing it on stream. Hang on a minute. Yeah, they were way too nice for some random people. Horror rate off the charts. Yeah, it was. I remember when I first saw Voyager, like when I first saw that first episode, it did creep me out. I can't remember how old I was, but I was old enough to know that it was off. I think we're going to go for Chakotay because we need our first officer. I need to stop doing that because I know the future story, but I need to chill out. Yeah, we'll do this. The choice has consequences. Tom rushes towards the tattooed man, hoping to shake him awake. As he reaches out, the old man stops him. A look of concern on his face. Before Tom can react, a blinding white light fills the room, and everything goes blank. Yeah, actually, I'd kind of forgotten that the choice was kind of moot. Mission complete. Leveled up some people. A sudden return. Captain Janeway anxiously awaits the return of her away team when Tom Harris unexpectedly materializes behind her. What happened on the array? Captain? What happened over there, Mr. Paris? We lost contact with you for several hours. What? But we were only there for an hour. Right, Harry? Harry? He was just beside me. And he's still in the array. But why were you released and not the Marquis are hailing us, Captain? Putting them on screen. That's Chakotay. I'm Commander Chakotay of the Marquis. My chief engineer, Balana Torres, is missing. Is she with you? No, Commander. One of our own is also missing. It seems we share a problem, and it would make sense if we solved it together. 3 of us will beam over to your ship. Face to face. Despite Janeway's invitation, the arrival of Chakotay and his Marquis crew on the bridge is fraught with tension. Both sides remain wary as they prepare to discuss their shared predicament. Captain, this is Seska, one of my engineers, and Tuvok, Sorry, I... PTSD about Seska, Jesus. I will say no more. Tuvok, Oh, I know who he is. I'm glad to have you back, Tuvok. As am I, Captain. Commander Chakotay, I must inform you that I was assigned to infiltrate your crew. Were you going to deliver us into Starfleet's waiting hands, Vulcan? Correct. However, I assure you I performed my duties aboard your ship to the highest standards. Don't think that really matters to him, Tuvok, but well done. Gold star. Charming. And I see you have Paris with you too. Are you forming a Marquis Traitors Club, Captain? I like how they've spruced up the dialogue a little bit. You win some, you lose some. Commander? Oh, you win some, you lose some, Commander. Let's focus on bringing Torres and Kim back from the array. We can't get back inside. They've sealed the entrances and are blocking incoming hails. Lieutenant Tuvok, get down to engineering and find a way to bypass whatever's jamming our communications. Report back as soon as you have a solution. Alrighty. God, he changed into his uniform quick. Captain, the ship's status remains critical. Repair protocols are imperative. We require resources and the engineering office to mobilize additional workforce. Prioritize life support, secure core decks, and restore depth 5 functionality first to gain access to the engineering office. Alright. Life support. Okay, so you got a life support unit for each deck. That makes total sense. Life support restored on deck 5, Captain. Engineering office is now accessible. And of course, it's a mess. We'll have to fix it before we can even use it. Okay, we need... repairs in progress. In progress, rather. Until completion, it would be logical to scan all planets in the system and gather more deuterium and uranium. I wasn't reading it wrong, they're both there. That's good. Alright. Oh, God. Sorry, I like the way that like the light from the sun casts shadows and stuff. Anyway, let's scan everything. Cool, deuterium. Deuterium. System-wide scan. All right. Just scanning, or did it want to actually collect some crap? I like the glow effect from the sun, it looks natural. Oh shit, yeah, I was just saying that, it's they've done quite an interesting job with the... Oh, you know what I just noticed as well? See, I was just going to say, they've done a really good job with the kind of graphics and stuff, but I just noticed, and it's a cool, tiny little feature. So along the bottom along the bottom of the screen there, and along the left-hand side, you see little gold markers. It perfectly lines up with where we actually are ship-wise, and it's such a small detail. But like, that's pretty cool. Oh, it's along the top actually as well. Do you know what? It's actually on every side. I don't know what the white... I suppose it's just the middle of it. I'm just loving the tiny bits at the minute. I don't know what we're actually supposed to be doing here. Explore the system and... So, oh, you can't actually see it on stream. Well, you can just about see it. I just realised that the light stream kind of thing is in the way. In the top left-hand corner it says explore system and gather more resources until the engineering office is repaired. So I do just need to go collect some stuff. Construction report, engineering office is done. Cool. Engineering office fully operational here, Captain. We now have an additional work team to carry out 2 tasks simultaneously. Good. Clearing debris occupies work teams to be able to carry out several tasks at the same time. Obtain additional teams by building and upgrading the engineering office. Cool, not an issue. Logically, we should focus on Deck 2 and the mess hall to ensure crew's food supply and maintaining their physical endurance. This requires reactivating lights. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I feel like I know what we're doing here. Life support restored in Deck 2, Captain. Access to the mess hall is now possible. Good. However, it has sustained extensive damage. Emergency rations are currently deployed. After repair, the crew can access replicator rations again. How long is this going to take? 3 cycles. Repairs in progress. Until completion, we should address crew accommodation. Oh god, yeah, crew quarters. Didn't even register in my head for some reason. Ruined room must be cleared to create room for residential sections. Cleared debris. Ship is heavily damaged and many parts are destroyed beyond repair. To free up new building space, you will have to first remove debris and give orders. Yep, okay. That makes sense. Good. Takes uranium to clear debris. That makes sense. While waiting for our work teams to finish, we should continue to collect more resources. That is a good idea too. Oh, something's happened. Captain, we've detected massive deuterium levels in the atmosphere of this Class J gas giant. Atmospheric conditions are harsh, but the potential fuel yield is exceptional. Right, what can we do? Deploy collector probes for safer, though less efficient collection. Risk to fly directly into the atmosphere. You know, if we were in better shape, I would probably do that. I think we should just do the collector probes for now. Lost fuel storage. Lost due to full storage. What? Okay, well, we need uranium. I think we should focus on that for now. If we've got full storage for deuterium, then there's no point in losing. I hope I'm playing this correctly. Mess hall repairs are completed. Perfect. We should switch to replicator rations now. It would enhance crew well-being. Is that something we do? It is something we do. Okay. With every cycle, your crew consumes rations. Yikes. You can always use emergency rations, which don't require resources but lower morale. The crew is used to consume. Wait, what? The crew is used to consume premium rations made by the replicator. Those increase morale but consume deuterium. Jesus. I have a bit of a better appreciation for the kind of logistics that went into this. How the hell did they ever make it home? Alright. Replicator rations are now issued to the crew. Perfect. Construction report, ruined room. Cool. Ruined room removal concluded. Alright. Maybe we can finally rebuild some crew quarters. My back is killing me from sleeping in the corridor. It'll do wonders for morale, that's for sure. Alright. Oh, we get to choose what's built where. Okay. Oh, we can build two. Crew, technology, combat, Borg technology. What's in here? We're getting ahead of ourselves. Emergency quarters? I mean, alright. Crew. Your crew is the lifeblood of your ship. Each room requires personnel to operate, so keep this in mind when adding new rooms or upgrades. Don't forget to provide the necessary accommodations for or morale may drop faster than you'd like. I've got a horrible feeling it's already gonna be bad. Com. Caretakers belling us. Captain, the array jamming signal has been neutralized. We should be able to establish communication. We'll go ahead then. Let's hope they respond. Hail the array. Who's this? Why are you bothering me? Oh, it's you. Why are you back? You don't have what I need. Did we see them as a blob at this point? I don't think we did. It's fine, it's fine. I remember that voice, Captain. The old guy with the banjo. Though he seemed a lot less jellyfishy back on the array. I'm Captain Janeway of the Federation Starship Voyager. We mean you no harm, we just want our people back. Your people? Your people are no longer here. They might have what I need. You'll just have to leave them. You can't just leave them. Knowing what I know about future events might be the better option. Oh wait, no. Harry's with them. Fuck. Okay. Appeal to its humanity. It's a glowing blob, I don't think that's going to work. Try to intimidate him. Give them back. It's an option. Let Chakotay, that's not going to happen. And optional, scan the array for Harry and Blair. I think we should do that. I won't rely on the words of a stranger. Scan the array for the life signs of Harry and Taurus. No sign of them, Captain, and no humanoid life signs indicated at all. Who or what we're talking to... Wait. My brain did not process that. Let me try that again. No signs of them, Captain, and no humanoid life forms indicated at all. Who or what are we even talking to right now? We're looking at it, Tom. Clearly, it's not like humanoid. Yeah, I'm not going to let Chakotay talk because at this stage he's still very rough around the edges. So, I'm not going to get aggressive, and I should probably, I'm yeah, I'm probably going to do this. Appeal to the humanity. Out of all of them, it's only a 10% higher chance of success, but I mean, I'll take what we can get. Damn, the last one should have worked. I know, right? We are entrusted with their safety. Their families and friends rely on us to bring them home. They're our responsibility. I understand, but I had no choice. There just isn't enough time. Time for what? I must honor a debt that can never be repaid. Find something that cannot be found. Offer your help. What kind of debt? Let's offer our help. What are you looking for? Maybe we can help. You? I've searched the galaxy for methods beyond your comprehension. There's nothing you can do. No, you're stealing my time. Don't you understand? I don't have the time. Not enough time. I remember that whole thing. We've been cut off, Captain. Damn it. We haven't gotten any closer to Harry and Taurus. You managed to get him to open up a bit. Maybe Starfleet diplomacy isn't so bad after all. There we go. Captain, if I may, I have observed the array has been sending energy pulses towards the 5th planet of the neighbouring system ever since our arrival. Given the lack of information regarding our missing crew's location, investigating this planet appears to be the most logical next step. It's the only lead we have. Thoughts, Commander? It seems our paths are intertwined, Captain. Let's use this opportunity to find our people and bring them back. Agreed. Mr. Paris, I want you at the helm for this one. Let's find our people. He's already there. Look at him. He's already on it. Cool. Set a course for the 5th planet of the neighbouring system. Maximum warp. There's still so many resources that we didn't collect. Oh no. I don't think this is a game for loot goblins. Sector map. Okay, well, we can scan it first, so... Oh. Oh, that's where we were going. Yeah, we'll grab the geranium before we go. Cool. Especially helpful in the sector map, the little gold markers. So that's where we are, which means this is where we need to go. 4 cycles away. Well, before we do that, can we clear some space? Looking for storage. Shuttle bay. Ah, that's cool. I mean, Luke Goblin is your nickname. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be this is really gonna test me. For some reason though, I don't know whether it's just because, you know, during the show it doesn't really focus on the actual layout of the ship. I don't know why I didn't anticipate the bridge and the mess hall being quite so close to each other. I imagined like at least a couple of decks between the two. What is this? Shuttle bay. get to that at some point. Right, what are you? Science lab. Damaged. Battery compartment. Alright. We have 2 engineering teams, so I don't want to waste any kind of time. Okay. That should be done. Let's scan it. Right, so we want to go to the 5th planet. Right, so that's actually where we need to go. I was genuinely trying to count how many planets out from the sun there are, but that doesn't matter. Right, full warp. Construction report. Emergency quarters are done. Nice. And yeah, the ruined rooms also. I may understand it's for kind of a to show where you are, but think how much easier a lot of the fights would have been if Voyager was actually that big compared to planets. Right, we are probably going to need deuterium at some point. Let's scan the planets. Mainly for the replicator rations. Otherwise morale is going to drop real quick. You know what? Didn't even see the top bar there, but there's all of our markers. Cool. So deuterium drops 37. Is that per cycle? Main engineering. 20 deuterium a cycle. Stuff is costing me 17 deuterium replicate food for all 50 crew. Okay. Am I going to be in a bad spot if I accommodates 12 crew in cramped but limited? Limited quality quarters, -1 per cycle. Right, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Torpedo launch bay. Kinda just having a look around workshop. Someone's getting arrested. I just noticed, apparently main engineering, these 2 decks spot, like the rest do. Like you see, you've got life support here, all these bottom 4 decks, and then above that you've got all of these. And, well, the aero shuttle bay as well, but yeah. Don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but I thought that was quite interesting. The trick in that is managing the food supply and morale at the same time. Yeah, this is the thing, because I imagine it's going to be one of them that past certain points in the tutorial, it's not going to prompt you to collect resources. So that should be interesting. We've got a good supply of deuterium at the minute. Let me scan. That's geranium, deuterium. Just get a lay of the land. Geranium. I like how it tells you how many cycles away they are as well. That's useful. Ooh, spatial anomalies. We do like our anomalies. Cool. Captain, we reached our destination. Orders? Continue. Oh, that's a cool shot. There we are, Captain, and might I say, what a ride. Voyager handles like a dream. Responsive, agile. Don't get too carried away, Mr. Price. Let's see what we have here. Right, new lead. Following the array's energy pulses, Voyager discovers a desert planet with a harsh, unforgiving landscape. Are Harry, Kim, and Bologna perhaps being held in this place? Why would you use Harry's second name but not Bologna's? It's a little strange. I'm nitpicking, obviously. It's fine. What's so special about this ugly old space rock? Do general scan of the planet. We can definitely do that, I think. Yeah, because stellar cartography's open. Let's do the energy pulses first, though. Anything noteworthy about the energy pulses? They're consistently targeting a single location, a barren piece of the desert. I recommend an away team investigate the area. There's something else. The interval between each pulse has decreased by 0.47 seconds since we left the array. They're getting faster? The entity said he's running out of time, right? Whatever that means, we'd better hurry. Cool, scan the planet. General scan. Let's see what we can learn about this planet. It has all the basic characteristics of an M-class planet, but no ocean, no river, nothing. However, there are settlements. Why would anyone want to live there? We don't have the science lab. Strange but intriguing. We'll probably... let's do the science lab actually then, because that's... okay. Strange but intriguing. Prepare an away team. We'll examine this world firsthand. Alrighty. Excellent. Captain, a small ship is approaching. They're hailing us. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think I know who this is. On screen. Yeah. There he is. There's that. Yeah. Oh my god. The trouble magnet. Okay, a peculiar alien with mischievous grin greets Voyager from his chaotic vessel. Neither Starfleet nor the Marquis have ever seen such a species before. Perhaps an inhabitant of the Delta Quadrant. Reasonable assumption. Greetings, looking for something on this dusty old rock? Would we find anything, Mr. Neelix? Never seen a ship like yours, let me guess. You're whisked away from somewhere else in the galaxy and brought here against your will. Sounds as though you've heard this story before. Thousands of times. Well, hundreds of times. Maybe 50 times. But the caretaker has been bringing ships here for months now. The caretaker? That's what the Ocampers call him. Ocampa call him, not a compass. He probably snatched some of your crew too, right? They're likely down on the planet with the Ocampa. But Captain, it's a tricky place. Dangerous. You could use a guide, but of course a guide needs a little, you know, compensation. Sounds fair. Wonderful. To be honest, I've had it rough recently. Those pesky void voles have been nibbling away at my supplies. Some food and water would be most welcome. If you help us find our missing crew, you can have all the food and water you want. Well, just the water. We're a little low on food. Well, we're not low, but it costs us deuterium now. It's not just in the show. It was you know, it was okay being quite so liberal because you didn't really see the actual cost, the resource cost. But now I do. So you can have the water still. It's a deal. Alright. Before we do, science lab, can we repair it? Yes, we can. 2 cycles. You know, just given my reaction then, I feel like if I was in Janeway's position in the actual show, I feel like it might have panned out very differently. And not in a good way. Right, what do we need? We have 2 work crews, so cycles? Bloody hell. Alright. I feel like we're probably gonna need not enough work team. I should have done that before. It's fine. We have to turn the room on, I think, anyway, before it actually starts. Being utilised. Just fine. I think we come back to that planet in a minute. Science lab is repaired. It's currently taking power at the minute. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Sorry, kind of having a bit of fun here. Well, I suppose that is the point, though. For now, we will turn it off. It's repaired. collect resources and stuff first. Cool, yep, I'll do that. Does it show what our limit is in terms of storage? Because I want to try and be smart about this. He's just gone. Yeah, I want to try and be smart about Xborgs. None. You can have more than one? Alright, okay. Max capacity is 1,000 for deuterium, which is fine. Max capacity for you is 100 of uranium. Right, we can afford to maybe get a little bit more. Recycles away. Gives us enough chance for a couple of cycles to pass. Use a tractor beam to... No, we don't want to, that's fine. Caretaker. What a delicious meal, a culinary masterpiece. I've never encountered such a tangy but comforting, smooth yet vibrant concoction. What's it called again? Tomato soup. Tomato soup. I'm something of a culinary wizard myself, you know. My Freudian hair pasta bowl is widely known for its bold that sounds disgusting, Felix. I am pleased you're enjoying yourself, but we need your assistance now. Ah yes, you're missing crew, right? Scan the southern continent and look for the range of their body. Okay. Kazon Okla. One Kazon sector of many. They control this part of the quadrant. They're a bit difficult, but with the right approach, even they can be reasoned with. I thought you said the Okampa had our people. Well, the Okampa do have your people. It's just finding them is a bit tricky. My old pal Jabin? The Ogla leader. Oh yeah, the Marsh. Jabin. The Ogla leader might know where to look. He's a nice guy, a bit rough, but he owes me a favour. Very well, prepare an away team and you'll accompany them. Alright, I think we should probably head back. I don't know if the cycles that pass are gonna stop us from are gonna make us completely lose our crew. No, not his cooking. I know that sounded awful, but also, yeah, I'm very aware that his cooking is just the worst. I genuinely believe that Janeway allowed him to stay on board, not because they needed a cook. She felt bad for him. I think it was the wrong call, to be honest. However, no, anybody who's not seen the actual Voyager show, I'm not going to ruin things. It did end up shaving, like, I'm not going to tell how, but like it did end up shaving like 10 years off their journey by proxy. So yeah, worth it, I suppose. Going through and done. Cool. Cool. And emergency quarters are complete. Excellent. research in progress. Alright, what can we research then? Ooh, this is a large cargo bay. Cargo bay level 2. We should, yeah, maybe. No? Yes? Oh, they're locked. Okay, hang on a minute. Right, okay, so I've got to start on the top. Are they the only things I can unlock at the minute? Small battery compartment stores surplus energy from the warp core. Can be temporarily provided to... Fucking read properly, Jamie. Can temporarily provide up to 50 stored energy before the grey mode gets activated. I think we're okay for now. Plasma torch, clearing ruined rooms gives 25% more resources. Wait, we get resources from that? Alright. Gonna do one thing at a time, right? That's fine. Wait. Sorry. 12 cycles it's gonna take. Back from having dinner, have you got your crew home? No. We're just about to do the away team to the Kazon Marsh. Well, the Okampa planet. I was just collecting some resources and unlocking a few things. Wrapping my head around balancing deuterium, duranium, replicator rations, crew quarters, and all that good stuff. Because knowing me, I'll get so far, we'll run out of deuterium, and then we'll just be dead in the water. Because that's the way things go sometimes. But we're about ready to send down the away mission now, so... Right, Captain, we'll reach our destination. Orders, away team. Let's do it. Oh, yeah, we met Neelix too, and he offered us his cooking, which narratively we have to accept, but yeah, we didn't really want to. Right, who are we going to take? Logically, we should take Paris because we leveled him up last time, so he's probably... Oh, well, actually... No, we'll take Chakotay because he's got higher skill points in a lot of other things. Yeah, we'll take Tuvok too. That seems like us batting at the best of our abilities. Okay, the away team materializes in a small valley between the dead volcanoes. The sun burns down on them mercilessly. The air is hot and dry, and a sandy wind whips into their eyes. I'm struggling to read too. There is that. Captain, our tricorders are malfunctioning, probably because of the energy impulses. How do we get our bearings in this dust bowl? Okay, survivalist. Orient yourself using the cardinal points. Struggle through to a vantage point. Why would we struggle? Like, optionally. I don't think the demons of Star Trek would eat what he made. Yeah, the demons of light and yeah, that's a Star Trek Online thing. Iconians, I believe? Although a lot of the... Was it the Romulans? Oh no, it might have been the Remans who called them the Demons of Light and something. Yeah, no, I don't think they would even touch Neelix's cooking. Ugh. What he was mentioning as well was like, had hair in it? That's not food. Fucking monster. Anyway, using his survival skills and the position of the sun, Chakotay determines the cardinal directions. He navigates the team through the rocky valley, eventually reaching a rocky ledge, gaining a better view of the surrounding area. In the distance, they spot the Kazon Okla settlement. However, the wind is picking up and a massive sandstorm is approaching from the south. Captain, the sandstorm's heading our way. We need to find cover fast. Righty. Well, he's out of commission. We probably should have struggled, but whatever. Build a temporary shelter from what you can find. Analyze the area to evaluate best cover for the storm. Well, that's not good. Neither of those are helpful. Don't really want to use Neelix just yet, though. I feel like we're probably going to need him. He's got a higher diplomacy rating. We might need that next time. Alright. This could go bad. Ah, well, success. I'll take it. The away team quickly analyzes the terrain, discovering a natural crevice offering the best protection from the storm. The rock walls shield them from the worst of the wind and sand. After what seems like an eternity, the storm subsides. The away team emerges unharmed and sets off in the direction of the Kazon Okla settlement. Cool. Away mission risks. Sometimes certain approaches in an away mission bear additional risks. Dangerous approaches are marked by a danger level indicator. Failing a challenge can result in injuries or even fatalities. I'm going to lose someone already. I know I am. Alrighty. Captain, we've reached the settlement. How should we approach the people? The best way I know how here is... Oh wait, no. Yes. I was right to... Excuse me. Yeah, I was right to not use Neelix in that last one. Let Neelix do the introduction. We should be fine. Neelix bounds forward, greeting the Kazon Okla in his usual boisterous manner. The women and children seem to recognize him, but their expressions are skeptical rather than welcoming. The men approach cautiously, weapons in hand. The tall Kazon emerges from the settlement. Jabin, their leader. At the sight of Neelix, his face darkens. In the background, a badly bruised young woman who looks nothing like the Kazon, but more like a human with pointy ears, appears around the corner. Some of this artwork they've done is really cool. Seems like the Kazon don't find Neelix as charming as he'd led us to believe. How should we appease them, Captain? My bad. Assure them you have no bad intentions, which... I mean, yeah, we just have no way of convincing them of that. Or demonstrate strength to keep Kazon at bay. Yeah, we should definitely do that. The display of potential force seems to impress Jabin, who explains that the Okampa live underground, their access controlled by the caretaker, who also provides their only source of water. As proof, Jabin points to the bruised woman he is holding as a slave, explaining that she is one of the few who've managed to reach the surface, when suddenly Neelix grabs a phaser. I cannot cannot speak for some unknown goddamn reason. He points at Jabin and demands for the accomplice girl to be freed. Things are getting out of hand, Captain. We should retreat. I agree. Appease and carefully withdraw. Tactical retreat, run. Secure the retreat with phaser fire. Well, that's a bad move. That seems like it's almost guaranteed to work. So is that, to be honest. I don't know. I think there's still one more thing to do afterwards, so I'm just looking at the left hand side where it says challenges. I'm assuming that extra box underneath the current one is the one more thing. I'm trying to think a little bit ahead. I don't think Neelix is going to be much more helpful. We'll do that. Oh, crit. Nice. The away team raises their hands in a gesture of peace, slowly backing away whilst choosing their words carefully to calm the angry gaze on. Jabin, though furious at Neelix's impulsive action, recognising the away team's intelligent attempts to de-escalate this situation, he allows them to retreat, though his eyes burn with anger. That's fair. That's a fair kind of reaction to be. Oh, mission complete. Trying to plan ahead for no reason. Cool. More than gratitude. Safely back on Voyager, Neelix surprises the rest of the away team as he and the rescued woman kiss passionately. How deep does the relationship between the two go? Ah, Cass. My dearest Keston, I promise I'd save you. I knew you'd come for me, my love. You lied and endangered my crew. This is not how trust is built, Mr. Neelix. He was desperate, Captain, but I understand. I want to repay you and your crew for saving me. As Jabin said, the access to the underground city is controlled by the caretaker. There is a tunnel, but the caretaker sealed it with a security barrier. We may be able to transport through the barrier if it had the slightest breach. A transporter signal amplifier would be necessary. Excellent idea. Cass, can you help us once we've located the breach? Of course, it's the least I can do. Damn right. Although, to be fair, it was Neelix that put everybody at risk, so... I'm grateful. Now, we have things to do. What are these optional ones? Ask Cass why she came to the surface. Ask Cass what she knows about the caretaker. Ask how Cass and Neelix met. If it's so dangerous on the surface, why did you leave your home? I felt a strong pull to explore the world beyond the city. I yearn for the freedom to discover new things and learn about myself. Seeing my people so dependent on the caretaker, unable to even think for themselves, it was unbearable. We were once people who had full command of our minds, abilities. Sure. Yeah, I guess we can. I think the only side I'm going to struggle with is the crew management part. I've never been great at those kind of games. Everything else was alright. So, yeah, like I say, I saw I saw your video with it, and that's how I'll be honest, that's how I'm not entirely and completely lost right now. Like I said, I don't know much about how the game's going to progress, but in terms of the mechanics, yeah, I had a little bit of an inkling, but I completely get you. It's sort of like, it's very Fallout Shelter-esque in the whole ship management aspect, but I like the way they've kind of integrated it with narrative, storytelling, and also the resource management aspects, from like exploring different sectors and stuff. Yeah, I'll be honest, I think I'm probably like the full game. I might struggle, just because as we go further along, there's going to be more rooms that open up, and then there's going to be more drain on resources, and I imagine it's going to, like, the difficulty is going to increase exponentially. So it's going to be interesting, but yeah, I'm kind of worried too, to be honest. Go on then, we'll ask how Cass and Neelix met. I don't think I care, but, you know, narrative-wise, why not? Cass, Mr. Neelix, I'm curious, how did you two meet? I met Cass while trading with the Kazon Okla. They enslaved her, but she was kind, even to someone like me. I had to get her out. He visited, brought me gifts, made me laugh. He was the only good thing in that terrible place. We fell in love. That doesn't really sound like love, though. When is the full version of the game coming out? It is coming out on... I know the Xbox version is coming out on the 18th of February. I think it's going to come out on all platforms on that day. But I only know for sure that that's when it's hitting on Xbox. So, not too far. Like I say, this is just a demo, so at some point it's going to cut off. I'm not sure exactly when though, but that's totally fine because it means we can just focus on the gameplay. But yeah, that sounds less like love and more like Stockholm Syndrome, to be honest, but we'll move on. I admit I use you, Captain, I apologise, but I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Ask Cass what she knows about the Caretaker. What can you tell us about the Caretaker? For generations he has provided the Ocampo with food, water, energy and protection from the outside world. Any idea why he does it, or where he came from? No, we do have stories and legends about him, but they're just stories and legends. Cool, we have things to do. Alright, someone get started on the transport signal amplifier, and Cass will go to sickbay and have you examined. I don't think we have a sickbay yet. Cass has pink hair girl energy. You know what? Yeah. I even in the show, I didn't even put two and two together on that one, but yeah, she definitely does. My throat is actually starting to hurt with all the talking, so I anticipated this. I have a drink. Bear with me just one moment. I didn't know I was going to be talking quite as much, but I decided to plan for it just in case. Right, Captain, the science lab is back online. We can start researching the signal amplifier. Can we? Alright. Oh wait, hang on a minute. How many cycles is that? 3 cycles. That's fine. Sick bay. Yep, we'll repair that. We've got the resources for it. That's going to take 3 cycles. Same as that. What else is going to take 3 cycles? We have 2 work crews, we may as well use them. Cost 18 power. What do we like on power? Power output. Status locked. Oh, okay, so we're actually stuck on the tier 1 warp core. It's fine, I guess. The Intrepid class. It's my favourite ship out of all of Star Trek. And I figured out I actually can, like in my Star Trek Online playthrough, I actually do have everything I need to be able to get it. But my build isn't a science one, it's a combat one. So it's kind of not what I need, unfortunately. But I might do another playthrough once we max out that Star Trek Online stream playthrough, and then we can do like a Voyager character. I think we'll just clear a room. I think that's what we do. Yeah. Clear debris. It's gonna take 5 cycles. That's fine. Do we manually skip a cycle? Research transporter. No, let's not manually skip a cycle. That's 2 cycles away. We need 1,000. Ooh, we'll be able to produce deuterium at some point. That'll be handy. What are we short on big time at the minute? You know what, we're more short on deuterium, so it's going to help us twofold. Skip cycles. And get deuterium. Full storage. Sod off. We are still... yeah. There we are. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, so emergency rations... so premium replicator rations are plus 10. But if we switch to emergency rations, yeah, that's minus 50. centurion to receive an efficiency bonus required. That seems like the right move. One cycle for sickbay, and I imagine, yeah. Okay, we're starting to get the hang of this. For the signal amplifier are complete. However, to start production, we need to repair the workshop. Okay. We'll do that in just a minute. Computer, initiate emergency medical holographic program. Robert Picardo. He's, do you know what? Outside of, oh God, I don't know. Outside of Janeway herself, I think he's probably one of my favourite characters from Voyager. His whole demeanour is so funny. Introducing the Doctor. With no other options available, Captain Janeway activates Voyager's EMH, Emergency Medical Hologram. A shimmering figure materializes in sickbay, ready to provide critical care. With an attitude. Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Doctor, our Chief Medical Officer is dead. You have to take care of sickbay for now. And this patient? Guess. There's no need for concern. I'm capable of treating any injury or disease. Broken ulna, few minor bruises and grazes. Nothing I can't handle. You are in the most capable hands, young lady. Thank you, Doctor. That's very kind of you. I expect you to do your best, Doctor. I mean, here comes the attitude, I can guarantee. Do my best. Captain, I'm programmed for optimal medical care. What else would I do? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a patient to attend to and a sickbay to reorganise. I knew it. Yeah, with this sense of humour, you'll need that in the current situation they're in. That's fair, to be honest. Yeah, he's yeah, it'd be shit to have to go through all of that and then not have attitude or a sense of humour. Should have a work crew available now. Which means, yep, there we go. How long's that going to take? 3 cycles. That's going to be done in 2 cycles. And in terms of, yeah, there's nothing else we can do here. Position to upgrade the engineering office. Negative. No, we are not. Sickbay, what else can we do? Medicine. Yeah, let's put the doctor in there. Plus 54% patient treatment time. I imagine that's plus 54% reduction. I know that didn't make make sense when I said it out loud, but I feel like I knew what you knew what I meant. Cool. Other rooms. Engineering first. I'm looking for rooms that we can apply people to. Engineering. We'll wait until we get Balana back. What about the bridge? Combat allies. Science. I don't think we have anybody good at that kind of stuff at the minute. Command. Okay. I think. Oh wait, Tentry. Okay, yeah. So once we've done the plasma torch, bloody hell, that'll be another 12. That'll be another 12 cycles. It's telling me to open that up, but like I'm already. Alright. We need geranium? Right, we're actually fully stocked on that now, so let's do this. Spatial anomaly. Ruined room's done, that's fine. Freeze up. Using geranium so that, you know, we don't run out, or we don't lose it because storage, apparently. It's gonna be 5 cycles. It is 1 cycle away. Wait a second. 10 cycles remaining for plasma torch. Alright, what do we got? Our sensors have detected a small but stable spatial anomaly. It's not dangerous, but it could provide valuable scientific data. Scan the anomaly from a safe distance. Alright, conduct a detailed analysis. Science laboratory. Why did I struggle with that word? Weird. What do we think? 140 science. Oh, so this would be for like research stuff, I imagine. Okay. Well, I think we got a relatively good chance of success no matter what. So I'm going to leave this decision up to chat. A or B? Plus 30 or plus 40? What kind of risks are we willing to take? I'm kind of happy no matter what, to be honest. I feel like the top one's pretty much a guaranteed. But yeah, I feel like I don't know. That's why I'm that's why I'm leaving it up to you guys. Yeah, this is what I mean. I'm fairly happy either way. We don't have a sort of cap or limit as to how much research we can have at the minute. So the only real kind of caveat is that little danger of failure at the end. I think even yellow though, it might succeed, but just give us less. Just realised as well that the chat on screen is actually covering the outcome. Fucking hell. Bear with me 1 minute. There's a lot more going on the right hand side of the screen than the left on this game. So with that in mind, bear with just a second. We're going to have it on that side. I feel like that's better. What do we think? For this game, at least. Yes. You know what? Let's take a risk. Let's do it. Only partially successful. Is that done? 10 remaining. It's definitely not done yet. Little peek behind the curtain as well as to how that chat overlay works. Personal amplifier. That. 3 cycles. It's fine. And we have a work crew available now. Yeah, I think it's a little bit better actually. That's chat positioning there. Is the doctor actually doing anything? He is not. Lazy. Did I mention I love this ship? Cool. Alright, what's this? Lost spaceship. Captain, we're receiving a hail from an unidentified vessel requesting assistance. Keep a safe distance and transmit navigation data. Risk to send an engineering team to perform repairs. Engineering office level 1. Yeah, let's do that. It's fine. It's all good. I was worried about having, like, not enough deuterium. Doesn't seem to be a problem at the minute. These are all deuterium rich at the minute, and I think we should just go back. Yeah. If we mine the deuterium at the minute, it just means that we've got full storage. Signal amplifier has been completed and is ready for use, Captain. It would be wise to make haste back to the Ocampo. Way ahead of you, Tuva. Way ahead of you. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, Captain, we reached our destination. Orders? Send the away team. I'm going to form another one. Okay. Excuse me. Much it pains me. We're probably going to need Neelix on this one for his diplomatic skills. Or are we? Wait, is that... So, hang on a minute. The ones that are in gold on the left-hand side... Oh my god, now you can't see the left-hand side. Good grief. I think... what if I do this? Doesn't really help the situation. Okay. I will figure out a better way of doing this. There's a lot going on the screen for this game, though. Okay. We're gonna need... Cass has medical skills. Let's just try and all round our team. Let's do... Neelix and Jacobite. Yeah, let's try and do that. That's pretty all-rounded. Right. Here we go. Upon materialising near the tunnel entrance, a group of Kazon is already there, tinkering with the security barrier in frustration. As soon as they notice the away team, they reach for their weapons, but hesitate. "Careful," shouts one of them. "Don't let them butter you up." Alright. "Captain, the Kazon seem to be more cautious this time, but they're still ready to attack. What are our orders?" "Well, gee, Neelix, I wonder why they're so cautious." Idiot. Attempt to negotiate a safe passage using previous diplomatic success to build trust. Just don't reach for a fucking phaser this time. Or use the transport module to make harmless object appear, causing a distraction. Goddamn, nobody else actually has nobody else has an engineering skill. I don't think I put this team together correctly. Let's do that though. Give ourselves the best chance of initial success. The away team approaches the Kazon and remind them of their previous peaceful interaction. The Kazon, though still suspicious, are persuaded by the diplomatic efforts of the away team and retreat to avoid getting into a firefight. Okay. Captain will reach the tunnel entrance using the transport signal amplifier. Now to find possible breaches in the security barrier. No, well, none of this is good. What's the better chance of success? I still think this is probably going to fail. Oh, nice. Nice, we got through that one. Neelix is doing very well. He's performing much better than I remember him doing in the show. I distinctly remember for the first season it was just L after L after L. The away team deploys the transport signal amplifier, carefully scanning the barrier for any vulnerabilities. After a tense few minutes, they locate a small breach in this energy field. They successfully transport themselves through the opening and into the tunnel. Beyond the barrier, the tunnel opens into a breathtaking sight. Embedded into a large cavern is a futuristic environment with smooth white walls glowing in a warm white light and sprinkled with patches of green. This is the Ocampo City. Yay! Okay, Captain, we're inside the Ocampo City, but it's a maze of streets and chambers. How shall we proceed and find Harry and Balana? Okay, both of these are pretty good actually. We've not used Chakotay yet. We are probably going to need him at his best for the next challenge though, because I'm looking at the skills required. So let's use Kess. And that is, let Kess lead the search. Probably the better idea. She is, she did used to live here. We'll let it type out its thing and then we'll read it. What are we thinking about the game, by the way? I'm enjoying it. Seems fun. Also, just gonna move this over slightly. Just so. I was hoping so that you can actually read some writing, but I will read it, don't worry. Granted, this is not the best setup, and I do apologise, but some point I will get a capture card, and our problems will be solved. Anyway, Cass approaches a group of Ocampa, respectfully asking for assistance in locating the missing Harry and Balana. The Ocampa, touched by her concern, eagerly provides directions to a medical facility. The away team eventually finds their crew members awake but disoriented. Surrounded by strange medical equipment, Balana, wary of the unfamiliar faces, instinctively reaches for a weapon. But before any confrontation can occur, the ground starts to shake violently. Violently. Fun, alright. A message from Captain Janeway cuts through the joy of reunion. The caretaker array has apparently repositioned itself and is now firing at the tunnel entrance. We need to get out of here. Cool. Right, so what should we do then? Lead them through the collapsing tunnels or clear a path through any debris or obstacles? Mid to low chance of success. Well, about a mid chance of success for that one, but it gives us more geranium. We've actually maxed out a geranium. We don't actually need that, and it's probably going to be wasted anyway. Whereas that one is pretty much a guaranteed success with potential for a crit. So let's do that. No crit today. The away team quickly navigates the collapsing tunnels. They dodge falling debris and leap over widening chasms, escaping the crumbling ceiling just in time. Soon they reach the exit. The security barrier, the only thing standing between them and their escape. The tremors are interfering with the signal amplifier's focus. Captain, the connection is constantly being interrupted. We can't beam out like this. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Stabilize transport signal and amplify by adjusting its frequency and modulation, or analyze the tremors interference pattern and recalibrate the transport signal amplifier accordingly. That one's almost a guaranteed fail, because it's like 50%. We're only 2 off of a success here, which we're relying an awful lot on Neelix for this mission. And do you know what? He's pulling through. He is pulling down a couple of W's here. Surprisingly. You know what? It's because he's not cooking anything. That's what it is. Working quickly, the away team adjusts the transport signal amplifier's frequency and modulation, compensating for the tremors. The transporter signal stabilizes, allowing the away team to lock onto the beam and materialize safely back on Voyager. Hey, mission complete. I'm not sure how I feel about Neelix being a higher level than, like, Tom Paris, but why did Harry not get a level up? He was technically on an away mission, albeit, you know, involuntarily, but I feel like they both should have had some XP at least there. Unexpected allies. Back on Voyager, Harry Kim breathes a sigh of relief, with Balana Torres' while Balana Torres' eyes her Starfleet rescuers with suspicion. I didn't read that correctly, but the Maquis engineer struggles to understand the sudden alliance. Miss Torres, welcome aboard Voyager. I'm Captain Catherine Janeway, and Ensign Kim, it's good to have you back in one piece. Reporting for duty, Captain. I didn't think I'd ever seen Voyager again. It's good to be back. What the hell is going on here, Chikure? Says, when are we cozying up to Starfleet? Yeah, I kind of forgot that she was so militantly against it from the beginning. Fun. It's a long story, Balana. Let's just say we had to compromise to get you back. And we share a common goal, getting back home. Anything you learned on the planet could help us. Ask if they learned anything about the caretaker. Did you learn anything about the caretaker? He's been acting weird lately, apparently. Abducting people is a new hobby of his. Oh, and he's increased the Ocampa's power supply enough to last them for 5 years, if I recall correctly. And he destroyed the tunnels. Sounds like he's preparing for something. But what? Ask about what they learned about the Ocampa. What can you tell us about the Ocampa? Annoyingly friendly and incredibly naive. They wouldn't last 5 minutes on the surface. Lana Kess is right there. And gaming now, but so yeah, no stress. Yeah, no worries. Like I say, we're having a bit of fun here. Just I'm enjoying the narrative differences in the game as opposed to the show. Also, didn't realise, but it's been like over 2 hours, and it didn't feel like it. So I have no idea when this is going to cut off, but we'll keep going. Remember, it's still a demo, so we will hit a hard stop point at some point. Apparently they've been living underground for over 500 generations. Right, perspective time. 500 generations. The Ocampa Kess is only like 3 years. Like, their lifespans are very, very short. So 500 generations is a lot, but it's not like by our standards. But actually, let me. It'll probably clear it up in the narrative, but I'm just gonna Google it. What their average lifespan is. Approximately 9 years. Yeah, that's how long they live, which is terrifying if you think about it, but like for them. So 500 generations. I'm gonna do some basic maths now with my calculator because I can't do it in my head. But let's assume 9 years times 500. About 4,500 years. Roughly. According to this, anyway. Let's see if I'm right, or if it even specifies. That's true, our ancestors lived on the surface once. Ancient journals tell us the caretaker opened a deep chasm and led us underground. Any idea why? The Ocampa mentioned something called the Warning? The day our surface turned into a desert. On that day, the caretaker appeared and built our city. Since then, he has provided for the Ocampa. A debt that can never be repaid. Say that again, Lieutenant Seabuck. There is enough evidence for me to form a reasonable hypothesis, Captain. The Ocampa homeworld turned into a desert from one day to the next. The caretaker's immediate arrival seems to be no coincidence. I assume he is responsible for the ecological damage, building the underground city and caring for them. He seems to be trying to make amends. In addition, Ensign Kim mentioned that the caretaker provided the Ocampo with a mere 5 years' worth of energy, coupled with the destruction of the access tunnels, and his frequent references to running out of time. The logical conclusion is that he does not intend to continue his role as caretaker. I believe he is dying. If he dies, how the hell are we supposed to get home? Ask if they know why they were sent to the Ocampo. The caretaker mentioned that you might have what he needs. Didn't you make sense of that? We woke up covered in strange ulcerations. The Ocampo said we were sent away to prevent some kind of plague. Except we weren't sick before we met the guy. What a crock. Oh my god. Calm down, Bill. The Klingon side coming out of her. They also said the caretaker had sent others with the same disease, but they didn't recover. They died? When you're both in sickbay now. That's fair. Captain, their condition is unusual. It appears to be a cellular disruption caused by the introduction of foreign genetic material. Their bodies are rejecting it, rather violently, I might add. They're fortunate. A few more days and the cellular disruption would have been fatal. Foreign genetic material, for what purpose? An excellent question, Commander. It appears to have been reduced. Fuck's sake. Read, Jamie, read. It appears to have been introduced deliberately, though why anyone would want to inject them with incompatible DNA is beyond my comprehension. Prognosis, Doctor? I've already started the treatment. With my expertise, they should make a full recovery. The Doctor's discovery further confirms my hypothesis. Captain, aware of his imminent death, the caretaker is enacting measures to safeguard the Ocampo for as long as possible. However, they will run out of energy eventually, so he seeks a successor, one who would continue his work. This explains the abduction and subsequent testing of individuals from various sectors. If he dies before finding a suitable successor, we'll be stranded. We have to return to the array before it's too late. Captain, given the caretaker's reluctance to cooperate, a more assertive approach may be necessary. The Vulcan's right. He has a name, Blanc, Jesus. If that overgrown energy blob won't send us home, we'll blast our way out. Phasers, torpedoes, the whole shebang. Grief. I believe a bit of tactical planning is in order. Shields first, then phasers. Alright. Okay. What is this? Shield generator. We have both of our work crews actually, yeah, we're good. Torpedo launch bay. Cool, that is going to take 3 cycles, that's also going to take 2 cycles, and we have 4 cycles left on our research. We should probably get some more deuterium. 3 cycles away. We may as well. Shield generator is back. Is that turned on? It is turned on. Cool. Aim and let's have... should be doing stuff. Torpedo launch bay is done. Which means, to be fair, we may as well put Chakotay in here then. Until we find somebody better anyway. They both require the security skill, but we want weapons to be higher, naturally. Phaser control room. What the hell is that? Oh, I didn't even see this. Awkward. 2 cycles. We have life support on this deck run. Yeah, we do. Thank God. Cool. Yeah, let's head. Maximum warp. Cool. Small battery. Grab on with that. Phaser control room. Our offensive and defensive capabilities have been restored. However, I suggest a test run to verify system functionality and assess our temporary flight control officer's performance in combat. Excuse me, this ace pilot knows more about maneuvers than Starfleet can throw Greek letters and numbers together. Except the one for evading Starfleet custody. That's fair. That's fair. Gentlemen, enough. Tuvok is right. We need to test out combat systems, but we lack a sparring partner. You have one. Our ship. Seriously? Order Marquis on the Valjean. As Starfleet target practice, what could possibly go wrong? Line of focus, we need preparation. Our plots, I will pilot the Valjean. Captain, just try not to blow me up. Oh God. We'll try, Commander. Okay, so ship-to-ship combat. It's going to be interesting. Harry. Do I have to do anything here? Starts off combat. Voyager will fight semi-autonomously. Phases are fired automatically, torpedoes manually. You control the ship by opening the command menu and deciding how to approach the enemy.
What are your orders, Captain?
Okay. Order your ship to try and attack or defend a side with either defensive or offensive movement. What? Fleeing requires enemy engines to be damaged, while surrendering costs resources as a form of payment. You can also repair damaged subsystems, proceed to offensive movement. Right, okay, offensive actions.
Moving to attack the front, Captain.
In battle, the hero abilities can be used by selecting them with the bumper buttons, okay, to switch and activating them with the X button. Okay. Blue countdown indicates the ability is activated, while the countdown shows the cooldown time until the ability is ready for use again. Detailed
Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain.
Hey, okay, combat's not as difficult as I was thinking it was going to be. Boom, that's how we do a test run. Temporary flight control officer put on a clinic. Tell me that didn't look incredible. Except that you did not deactivate the shield generator, which was the entire objective of the exercise, Mr. Paris. But other than that, I suppose it looked incredible. Goddamn. One more thing, Captain. Whatever awaits us on the array, Valjean should be in support position for Voyager. Alright. Have the transport room standing by in case your crew needs an emergency beamer. Let's show this quadrant what we're really made of. Right. Laser control. Butch goes in there. Shields will kind of have to be a little vacant right now, which is fine. Two Voc torpedoes. Fly back to the array. Well, we're already on the way, so. Here we are. Captain, we've reached our destination. Orders? Let's do it. Well, that's a Kazon ship. It seems we were expected, Captain. It's the Kazon. The lead ship is hailing us. Probably not calling to chance. We'll have our marquee raider manned. You'll have support if this turns into a fight, Captain. I suspect it will do. Excellent idea, but let's see what the Kazon will have to say first. Back for more, are you? Don't think your silk tongue will work this time. Could do. You don't know. All we care about is getting home, Javen. We will beam over to the array and see if we can arrange that. Oh, I'm sure you have another fancy speech prepared for the entity, but I won't allow it. We have no dispute with you. Of course not. You'd rather talk your way into getting what you want. This is absurd. We have no intention of challenging you. I'm not as gullible as you think. The array's power is mine. Javen, can we discuss this like two civilized... Yeah, he's disconnected the thing, Captain. And they're powering up weapons. Fun. Battle stations. Cool, so... have we got Tom, Tuvok, and... yeah, let's have Chakotay as well. Why not? This seems a little lopsided in terms of a fight, though. Still.
What are your orders, Captain?
I suggest...
moving to attack the front, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Enemy shields destroyed, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Enemy is surrendered, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Can we focus on a different... oh, wow. Inverted.
Moving to attack the front, Captain. Ability ready, Captain. Ability ready, Captain.
Hey, victory. Nice. I'm taking screenshots every now and again as well. Fun. Because some of it's quite cinematic. So, we pushed them back, but it was a close call. We got our crew beamed off in time before the raider exploded. You are strong, Captain, but there is strength in numbers. I have called for reinforcements. This array will be mine. And I guess we don't have much time. Hail the array. Well, aren't you persistent? We need you to send us back to where we came from. Impossible. I've barely enough strength to complete my work. I must protect the Okampa, and if I don't, the Kazon will steal their water. They won't be able to survive. Something you did turn their planet into a desert, didn't it? That was the debt that could never be repaid. Excuse me. We were explorers from another galaxy. We had no idea our technology would devastate our atmosphere. 2 of us were chosen to stay behind and care for them. 2? Where's the other? She went off to look for more interesting places. Did you ever consider allowing the Ocampa to care for themselves? They're children. Children grow up. They need challenges. Maybe the Ocampa are stronger than you think. Send us home. You've dragged us into this. You need to send us... Captain, Jabin wasn't bluffing. His reinforcements have arrived. I could try to access the array system to transport us to the Alpha Quadrant, Captain. No, I'm fading. Time is up. If you leave, the array will be left to the Kazon. They will annihilate the Ocampa. You must destroy it. Don't listen to him. We'll be stranded. Please, protect the Ocampa. What is right and what is easy. I'm getting to the crux of it now. The caretaker fades away, collapsing into an inert crystalline form. Janeway is now faced with an impossible choice. Return home to the Alpha Quadrant, leaving the Ocampa defenseless, or sacrifice Voyager's return to ensure their safety. The clock is ticking. Now we have to decide, are we good people? He's gone. Captain, the Kazon are closing in. Shall I try to access the primary control systems and send us back? Destroy the array. We never asked to be involved, but we are. I won't trade the lives of the Ocampa for our convenience. Lieutenant Tuvok, ready the tri-cobalt devices. What are you doing? The array's our only way out of it. You can't... I can, and I will. Tri-cobalt devices are ready, Captain. Fire. We'll find another way home, I promise. Who do you think you are, making the decision for all of us? It was the right decision, B'Elanna. The Ocampa, they reminded me of our people. We were fighting a more powerful enemy to protect our own. The Ocampa deserved that too. 70,000 light years. We're really stranded, aren't we? Great. Now I'll definitely miss my next Outmate review. A missed behaviour review should not be your primary concern at this moment, Mr. Paris. Ah, thanks, Tuvok. Hadn't thought about that. Jabin is hailing us, Captain. You have made an enemy today. Mr. Paris, put some distance between us and this place. Voyager's hull can be damaged in combat. Scan this. Research report. Cool. I think we're on tier 2 for the tech tree now. I think. Okay. Yeah, we need... Right, deuterium and uranium. Let's scan everything. Deuterium as well, currently, what we currently need. It's mostly uranium. Tritanium, okay. 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 Right, let's have a quick look at the intra-ship stuff. Fly to the marked destination in the third system. Cool. Yeah, let's go. $70,000 light years from home. It seems we're in this together, Commander. Your decision didn't win you any friends, Kazon, Marquis, and Starfleet, but I respect you for it. Their anger is justified, but we have more pressing concerns. 2 crews on 1 ship, stranded in the Delta Quadrant, fighting for survival. I know a thing or two about survival. The Marquis are a motley crew. We had to learn to put our differences aside and work. We have to learn to put our differences aside and work together to coexist. Coexist, hmm? Well, Commander, I'd like to offer you the position of Voyager's first officer. First officer? You're willing to trust a Marquis with that responsibility? I'm learning to adapt. This is a new beginning. A chance to forge a new path. Together. Neelix, Cass, you wanted to see me? Do you need anything else before you leave? Supplies, water, medicine? Well, that's what we wanted to discuss. We'd like to go with you. Before you say anything, Captain, we both very much want to be a part of your journey. I can offer you so much in this sector, Captain. Need a guide, supplies, contacts, and a cook. Oh God, not a cook. You haven't lived until you've tasted my I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Anglerbosk? Doesn't sound entirely appetizing, but... Ugh. But more than that, Captain, I can be your morale officer. Keep those smiles bright on this long voyage home. I have a feeling you'll need that. A guide, a cook, and a morale officer? That's quite an offer, Mr. Neelix. And Cass, what about you? What do you hope to gain from this journey? I want to see the galaxy. There's so much out there I don't know. So much to explore and discover. Perhaps this journey could help me understand my own telepathic abilities better. Learn more, develop them. But I also want to help. After the doctor cured my wounds, I realized that I want to help people too. Maybe I could learn from him, assist him in sickbay. I think the doctor would be grateful to have you. Very well then, welcome aboard. Captain, you might want to see this. Looks like we've stirred up a little trouble. In a good way, I think. Unexpected guests. Oh. One thing I hear about boss fights is when it says this element does a lot of damage, but it literally did tickle damage. Like, you obviously didn't play Test Station. Yeah, some games are like that. Although, I'm willing to give this one a little bit of leeway because it is still a demo. So, not the finished article, but yeah, it's funny when games. I find it more funny than anything else. My brain just stopped working for a second. Then bloody hell, sorry. Unexpected guests. A sudden distress call reveals Voyager's victory over Jabin sparked a mass escape from the Kazon slave camp. Janeway wastes no time ordering the desperate survivors to be beamed aboard. Neelix is surprised to find another Telexian. Seaban? If I'm pronouncing that correct, I can't remember how that's pronounced. Who was captured whilst exploring the Ocampo landscape, gratefully joins the growing crowd of survivors seeking the Doctor's care. 13 crew join Voyager. Great, more mouths to feed. Alright everybody, listen up. Right, you get to choose what speech to deliver now. Overcome differences, unite as one. Stand strong as one crew, defend ourselves. We unite, explore the unknown and learn. I think the best thing to do here is probably overcome differences. We're alone in an uncharted part of the galaxy, facing unknown dangers. We must work together to survive. Commander Chakotay and I agreed to unite our crews as one Starfleet crew. Just noticed that B'Elanna in the back, she's already in Starfleet uniform, and so is Chakotay, he's right there. One Starfleet crew. Chart new territory, seek solutions, explore, but courses home. Find our way out. We'll do that one. As the only Starfleet vessel in the Delta Quadrant that we know of, we'll continue to explore, but our primary goal is to find a way back to the Federation. 75 years is unacceptable. That's quite a long time. Adapt, overcome, reach home, never give up, find a way together, analyze, innovate. Yeah, let's do that one. We'll search for advanced civilization, wormholes, anomalies, any breakthrough that can shorten our journey. We will analyze, innovate, discover. Somewhere along this journey we will find a way back. Well spoken, Captain. Mr. Parrish, you've proven yourself a skilled pilot and a valuable member of this crew. I hereby appoint you as Flight Control Officer. For the first time in my life, I don't know what to say. Perhaps a state you would like to embrace more frequently from now on, Lieutenant. Jesus, Tuvok is very snippy. Way more snippy than in the show. Lieutenant Paris has a nice ring to it, don't you think? Hey Harry, I bet your own promotion is just around the corner. Oh boy, imagine becoming a captain one day. Harry never gets promoted, actually, does he? If I'm remembering correctly, I don't think he ever does. Huh. Very well, gentlemen. As first official act in your new position, Lieutenant Paris, set a new course. We're flying home. That's the end of the demo. We'll read this. Caretaker. Captain, you've reached the end of the demo. You made the brave choice to destroy the Caretaker's array, stranding your crew far from home for the greater good. The real adventure starts now. Add Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown to your wish list and be ready to continue the mission when the full game launches. Thank you for playing. That was really fun. Quite like that. Main menu, keep exploring. Hello? So from a story aspect, I think that is everything so far in the demo, at least. That's a really fun game. That's a really, really fun game. I might come back to the continue exploring aspect. What is that? Oh, right. Thought that was a whole different quadrant then. Yeah. I really like that. A lot of fun gameplay mechanics. I'm actually blown away. And as I say, I completely love Voyager as it is. All this space. I mean, let me just have a look. There's rooms and stuff that we've not actually explored yet. Thanks, yeah, no, I mean, it's something that was on my radar for the longest time, I think, as I mentioned on, on one of your streams, but yeah, I just... First of all, I didn't realise the demo was on Xbox, so thank you for putting me onto that, because that was perfect. But yeah, no, I'm actually, disappointed in myself that it took me quite as long as it did to play it. Let's have a quick look around. Oh, cargo bay. So here's what we can... Engineering office. We'll just see what else is on the... Probably not going to do much more of the exploring just yet. Maybe on a different stream, but really wanted to get the bulk of the demo out on well, the entire demo of the story really on this stream. But I am interested to have a quick look. So from a building perspective, we've got in maintenance, build another engineering office, cargo bay, large cargo bay, battery compartment, and large battery compartment. Battery compartments are... oh right, yeah, that's just storing energy. Which is cool. Emergency quarters, normal crew quarters, which you never got to, officers' quarters, sick bay. I think you go to one other system after the end. Ooh, really? I might have a look actually, because I gathered like a crap ton of deuterium when I apparently didn't need to, but if we've got that already. Holodeck and observation lounge. Interesting. Just gonna have a quick look at the other stuff. Science lab we've already got. Hydroponics bay, that's pretty much Kess's wheelhouse, I believe. Them two. Biolaboratory and waste disassembler. Recovers and repurposes valuable resources using advanced... No idea what that's for, but I suppose that'll be useful at some point. Combat... Disruptor array. Cool. Energy dissipator control room. Cloaking device. That's pretty cool. Metaphasic shield room. I feel like that's going to be endgame stuff. Oh, do you know what I just seen then? This is just the demo, so imagine what the fuck. I was gonna say, yeah, it's. That's why I'm looking at all the stuff you can actually build. The full game is going to be amazing. I'm just having a look. So at the bottom, where it's got those little squares, it shows. I didn't notice this actually, but it shows like what's like the space required to build those specific rooms. It's quite interesting. Useful to know. That's... Jesus, that's gonna run. And then Borg. 7 of 9's wheelhouse. Regeneration alcoves. Cutting beam control room. Shield matrix. Why is that -2 morale? Reduces all damage taken, but that's interesting. Oh, all of these have minus morale because Borg. I assume. ARU facility. Passively repairs all systems helps by 1% during combat. Alright. Neuroelectric field generator. Borg maturation chamber. Let's have a look. I think that's actually there's only like 3 systems. Which makes sense, to be fair. I mean, we start in that one, and then we go to here, and then we have to come back to it. And then it's literally at the end of the destroying the caretaker's ray actually sends us to this 3rd system, if that's the one you're talking about. Because there's still a lot of stuff to kind of collect and do. My only issue, I suppose, at this point would be there really isn't any more deuterium. So at some point I am gonna run out. Idiot. I was literally just looking in engineering. There's tech trees for each of them. Yeah, I'm an idiot. But that's cool, actually. It means that's even more in depth than I thought it was. Emergency quarters level 2. So I imagine I've probably made this more difficult for myself than I needed it to be. Science, combat, hull reinforcement. Okay, that's cool. Captain's acknowledgement. Increased morale after a 1 combat. Interesting, and Borg. Makes sense that there's nothing available in there yet. Cool. I'm very happy with that game. But on that note, on my first playthrough I not only ran out of deuterium, but my crew also... Wow, they can mutiny? Oh god. Do you know what? Then I'm taking it as a massive W. That wasn't close. I mean, I'm surprised the morale is as high as it is right now. I didn't know I knew morale was important, but I didn't realise it could get that bad. What happens when they mutiny by any chance? Like what? Is it just like a game over screen, or can you counteract it? What's the deal with that? That's so funny. I think I might definitely play this again though on my own. Just to see, like, test its limits and stuff. They basically remove you from command and it's game over. Jesus. I mean, to be fair, there was an episode, I'm trying to remember, I think it was like the latter half of season 3. Yeah, I think it's the latter half of season 3 where they find like a holo novel program that Tuvok wrote about like what would have happened if the Maquis decided to actually take over. And that's what I'm picturing right now. Yeah, no, I think I did a fairly decent job there. This really worried me, to be honest. The deuterium cost for quote-unquote premium replicator rations. Because I can absolutely see that being like the biggest cause of like dropped morale and thus mutinies. But yeah, I feel like I probably could carry on and build more, but I don't think there's any more deuterium to collect at the minute, so yeah. I got some good screenshots on that as well as we went through, so I'll be posting those in my Discord, as well as on the site that I made. But I had a ton of fun with that, and thank you again, Twiggy, sorry, for putting me onto that list. Super appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. Yeah. So tomorrow we'll be resuming. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, depends on I'm feeling. Busy week ahead. We'll be resuming with Star Trek Online. But with that being said, probably look to end the stream there. Yeah, it's good to kind of break it up a little bit. I've been doing Star Trek Online streams for back-to-back for a while now, so as much as I enjoy it, as much as we all enjoy Star Trek, it's good to have some people like Voyager. Look how beautiful the show is. Yeah, I will look to catch us all next time. But yeah, feel free to drop into the Discord. There's links to that on my Twitch and basically everywhere. But yeah, thank you guys all for dropping in, because it's been really fun, and you know, talking Star Trek is always good. Yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. It is 8:20 here, which means that's the same time for me and you, Twiggy, but for Pink, that means it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I reckon. I'm guessing, because time zones are still awful in my brain. But yeah, thanks again, and have a great rest of your day, all of you. God, I love Star Trek. 2:22 p.m. I was close. And you're very well. Thank you again for showing up, because it's, you know, it's always better to play these games with a crowd, but also a crowd that are like Trekkies. You know, Trekkies are amazing. Yeah, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you on the next one.